Hi folks, welcome to Right Outside with Big Bow Outdoors TV. I'm your host Matt Prepelka. This is our special duck hunting edition. Unlike a lot of our programs where you'll follow us over the course of a single hunt, we took the entire duck season, broke it down into its components, and then combined it. So you'll see everything that we do as we're out duck hunting, starting with the setup, leading all the way through harvesting, and then into the breakdown. We've got an awful lot of ground to cover in today's episode, so we're going to jump right into the action down on the Ohio River with myself, Jeff Bertoni, and Jeff Bowman chasing some mallards.
Without a doubt, the most unnerving part of duck hunting the Ohio River is just getting to your spot. There's a lot of barges out there, a lot of debris, and a lot of things that can go wrong, and one mistake is potentially deadly. Rarely am I more excited to see the sun come up than when I'm hunting the river. There are a lot of things to think about when you're getting your decoys set up. You want to be looking at where the sun's coming from, the current, do you have cover, and your deek's in good condition. All these things come together to make sure that the ducks are going to take a look. The most critical part of any setup, however, is just making sure the ducks have a place to land. If they don't land right on top of you, you want to make sure that you've set up an enticing enough spread that they'll paddle their way back. Every once in a while the stars line up and it all comes together, and that's when the fun starts. Retrieving ducks in the Ohio River is generally a pretty exciting proposition. I don't think you want to send a dog out there, especially in the middle of December, so you've got to take the boat out and make sure that you grab your ducks.
He's in. Another Drake mallard. Got it.
This is Chuck White for Bucks and Bows Archery. Whether you're a beginning archer or a seasoned veteran, we can meet all your archery needs. Bucks and Bows Archery is a Matthews, Bowtech, Elite Archery, and PSE dealer. Bucks and Bows is a full-service archery pro shop. Whether you're looking for that new bow customized to your exact specifications or simply need fine-tuning of existing equipment, we have the technicians and pro staff to get the job done. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by and check out our wide selection of bows. We hope to see you soon.
All they ever talk about is that boat. The boat, the boat, the boat. We're gonna put the boat in the water. We're gonna take the boat out of the water. Hey, when are you gonna come with us on the boat? It's a big deal, this boat. To me, it is a complete waste of time. It makes me nervous.
Some people want more out of life, and we insure the things that make more possible. Safeco Insurance.
Call Andy Keppel with Keppel Insurance for your free insurance review today.
ABC Glass and Mirror is your full-service commercial and residential glass specialist. Whether you need custom shower enclosures, same-day screen or thermopane repair, a new tabletop, or a commercial storefront, call the experts with over 30 years of experience. ABC Glass and Mirror is fully insured. They're located on Route 8 just off the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Stop by and visit our friendly staff today.
Today's the last day that we're getting out. Season ends in a couple days. Unfortunately, we got to work, but we put a little hurting on them this year. We got 4 in the boat already this morning. Kind of messed up day. Saw a lot of ducks. I think the fog's messed us up a little bit, but all in all, been a pretty good season.
The river can also be a dangerous place when you're taking down your decoys, so make sure you brought your retriever with you so you can get some of those ducks and decoys that may have slipped out into deeper water. Number one priority is firearm safety. Make sure that you've unloaded them and locked them down. There's no need to have a loaded gun driving around on the river. Sometimes we get a little frisky during the setup, and that's when we have to jump in the boat, grab the decoy retriever, and get our decoys the hard way. Drive home is an awesome time to go out and do some scouting as well. You can take a look along the river edges and try and find pockets of waterfowl, especially if you live in western Pennsylvania where you're hunting resident fowl.
Put it right in between them 2 trees right there that are growing out. We come down here early or something, like before the season, take the saws off and cut them limbs off right from the boat.
Well, that was pretty exciting. As you can tell, we had an awesome time over the course of duck season out there chasing the greenheads around, and actually had a little bit of success this year. It was pretty exciting for us. Next, what we're going to do is show you what happens after the shot. Big Bow Pro Staff Chef Matt Clemens is going to come in and make some smoked duck quesadillas that I can vouch for, having been the official taste tester, they were fantastic. So without any further ado, Matt Clemens.
Hi, I'm Matt. Today, we're gonna make some smoked duck breast quesadillas. I have these gorgeous mallard breasts that Matt and his team took right here on the Ohio River. Now what we did was we brined these in a real simple brine solution, just salt, a little bit of peppercorn, and then we smoked them low and slow with applewood smoke. What that does is it gives them a really, duck breast is already very rich, but it gives them a real rich, slightly fruity, smoky taste that's gonna go great with these quesadillas. Now these quesadillas are perfect if you're gonna catch a game, you're gonna sit around with your friends, maybe have a beer. These would go great with a lager or an ale. They're really easy, really quick, and it's a great way to eat that duck that you got. This quesadilla is this smoked, applewood smoked duck breast in a quesadilla with a Vermont cheddar cheese, a blackberry barbecue sauce, and roasted jalapenos. You're gonna love it. It's very well balanced. It's sweet, it's spicy, the duck breast is succulent. You can't go wrong. The first thing we're gonna do is roast these jalapenos. I have a fondue fork here that I used. You can use a metal skewer. I don't suggest a bamboo skewer, even if you soak it, because then it's gonna kind of steam the inside of the pepper. You don't really want that. I'm gonna use a camping jet boil. So theoretically, you could roast peppers at your campsite. But this is really handy because it's a nice, strong, open flame that I can control. And it's right here at tabletop. It's a little easier than over a stove. But what I'm gonna do is just kind of prop this guy on there. Hear it cracking and popping a little bit. Let's turn it down just a bit. There we go. And I want to get a nice black char on the outside of these peppers and just go ahead and take my time doing it. I don't want to do it too fast and really burn them through, but I want to get a nice black char in these peppers, and that tells me that it's roasting nicely, and that's going to help me get the skin off, which you'll see later.
Let's see, carry the one. Ha! Well, looking at the numbers, looks like switching your car insurance to Donegal is gonna save you some money. How much? Do you like the looks of that number over there?
Yes.
Well, switching to Donegal could save you up to 4 or 5 of them.
Up to 4 or 5?
Hey, numbers don't lie.
Donegal, let our numbers talk to you.
Call Keppel Insurance today to find out if you qualify to save hundreds on your auto insurance. Keppel Insurance, 412-264-8072.
For the past 15 years, Blue Mountain Environmental Management Corporation has been dedicated to reducing environmental impact, preventing workplace injuries, and limiting our clients' liabilities. Our staff of environmental scientists, engineers, and technical specialists are committed to providing innovative safety solutions, comprehensive environmental consulting services, and source testing to keep your business compliant with ever-changing regulations. Blue Mountain Environmental, the leader in environmental services.
This is Chuck White for Bucks and Bows Archery. Whether you're a beginning archer or a seasoned veteran, we can meet all your archery needs. Bucks and Bows Archery is a Matthews, Bowtech, Elite Archery, and PSE dealer. Bucks and Bows is a full-service archery pro shop. Whether you're looking for that new bow customized to your exact specifications or simply need fine-tuning of existing equipment, we have the technicians and pro staff to get the job done. I'd like to personally invite you to stop by and check out our wide selection of bows. We hope to see you soon.
So this one is about ready. Once you have these peppers nice and black on the outside and you can really smell them cooking, then what you want to do is get it on a nice flat surface, a plate or a cutting board, put an upended bowl over it, and it's going to steam inside that bowl. And what that steam does is it helps release the skin from the pepper. So we're just going to keep on roasting here. This is going to take a minute, and we'll get back to you when we're all done. All right, we're going to slice this duck breast nice and thin so that when you're eating your quesadilla, when you take a bite out of it, you don't want to just pull out a huge piece of duck. So you want it nice and thin so that it eats better. And also, a bonus of slicing the duck nice and thin is that you can look for shot shells. It's definitely a side product of hunting for duck, is that these little guys will end up in your duck. And trust me, you do not want to bite into one of these. So what I like to do is cut it, what I like to do is cut it on, it's called a tranche cut, which is you kind of angle your blade away a little bit, you slice it nice and thin, and that way what you get is a nice cross section of your duck against the grain. Now the next step is to get this charred blackened skin off of these jalapenos. They've had a few minutes to steam and they've cooled down a little bit, so they're not going to burn us. So what I like to do is take a damp towel and just hold the pepper by the stem and slide, and the skin slides right off. In this case. And because we charred these really nicely, they're nice and soft, and the skin is just coming right off. These peppers came out really good. Because this skin, this is probably the easiest time I've ever had peeling them. So I recommend the jet boil method. Now we're going to get these peppers ready to put in our quesadillas. Now, depending on how spicy you like it, there's different things you can do here. If you leave the membranes and the seeds in there, it's going to be a little bit spicier. Now, when you roast peppers, it kind of infuses the heat of the pepper, of the seeds and the ribs all through the pepper, but it tones it down a little bit at the same time. So you can still adjust how spicy you want it to be, just not as much as if it was a raw pepper. So what I'm going to do is lay this open, and I'm just going to try to get a feel for how spicy these are, and I'm going to taste one. And they're delicious. Deliciously spicy. So what I'm going to do is take these ribs and seeds out, or most of them anyway. One little trick I like to do is leave just a little bit of the rib inside, so that whenever you're eating the quesadilla every now and then, you get a bite that's pretty hot. So these peppers are pretty hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these seeds and ribs out of the peppers. And the best way I find to do that is just with a regular spoon, a teaspoon. Just hold down one end and scrape towards yourself, and it comes right out. There. Next, we're going to make our blackberry barbecue sauce. This is so simple and easy, you're going to be surprised, and the flavor is amazing. It's going to balance out the smokiness of the duck and the spiciness of the jalapenos with a nice sweet and tartness from this barbecue sauce. You're going to love this. Okay, so the first thing in this, it's so easy. The first thing is 3/4 cup of ketchup. Then we have 1/4 cup of blackberry preserves. If you have some of these in your pantry that you put up yourself, this would be a good place to bring those out. We got a tablespoon of brown sugar. Another thing I love about this recipe is I can make it right into the saucepan and throw the pan on the stove and sort of, not really forget about it, but just put it away for a minute. Then in here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and an 1/8 teaspoon of dry ground mustard. Put that in there. A tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Then I'm going to take some fresh blackberries and cut them up and put those in there too. Now I have, I think that's 6 ounces of blackberries. I'm not going to use them all. These are nice big blackberries, so what I'm going to do is cut them in half, and then cut those halves into thirds. Just a nice rough chop. No big deal. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it's going to cook down in the sauce. But adding these fresh blackberries on top of the blackberry preserves really kind of rounds out that blackberry flavor and brings it up front. Okay, we have this on a nice medium heat. Just give it a nice stir to get everything incorporated in there. I want those blackberries evenly distributed, so when they start to pop, all that flavor gets released. Give it a nice stir. Give that a nice stir. Oh, don't forget to taste it, because you can always adjust the seasoning. Okay, now we're gonna give this a taste just to make sure that everything is nice and balanced. So this is our applewood smoked mallard breast in our homemade blackberry barbecue sauce. That is good. It's perfect. We don't need to do anything to that. So let's get started on building our quesadilla. All right, we have our, let's try to get this situated. We have our flour tortillas down. I can feel the heat coming up through them. They're getting saturated with heat. I'm gonna put a nice, even layer of cheddar cheese around my quesadillas. Spread that out. Spread that out. This backside is hotter, so I'm gonna switch these so they get equal heat. Put my duck on there. Hello, duck. Hello, delicious duck. Duck. Roasted jalapenos. Fire roasted jalapenos. Spread these cats out. There. Oh, we have one more, we might as well get them all on there. Put it together. Slide into the middle. Let it sit there for a good 10 seconds. That should be done. The cheese is melted. Gonna kind of squish it together so everything marries. Take a look at the other side. Oh yeah, that's good. And I'm gonna let it cool. Okay, now to plate this up, you gotta remember the eye eats first. So you need to make an attractive plate. It really will improve your whole dining experience. So what we're gonna do today, and you know, just be creative. Do whatever makes you happy, but what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take some of this beautiful spring mix. There's oak leaf and radicchio in there, all kinds of stuff. We're gonna make a little mound in the center. Then we're gonna take our wedges and, well, you know what, let's put them face out like a crown. And we're just gonna overlap them. So we're gonna shingle them a little bit and just make a circle around the plate. Now, then I have some of these blackberries that I'm going to cut in half. It's 2, 3, maybe 4 of them. Put those around the plate. That looks pretty good. I need another half. Let's see. Oh, there it is. A little bit of blackberry smear, but that's all right. We're all friends. I have the green onions that we chopped. Just hit that over the top of everything. And there we go. We have smoked blackberry barbecued mallards from the Ohio in a quesadilla with Vermont white cheddar. Now let's taste this guy. Oh yeah. That is pretty good, right? I'm pretty happy with myself. That came out good. Wow. Turn the camera off so I can shove this in.